Hello there, welcome back to Max's Cards and Dice Dugout. This is episode 137, and we are at Yankee Stadium for game number 45 of the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Oldtimer Kings King of the Hill tournament, which has the current Kings, the 1950 New York Yankees, taking on the 1957 Milwaukee Braves. Now, before we get to the starting lineup, let's take a look at the status of things. So you can see the Yankees at 6-4 are the current Kings. They're taking on the Braves. And we got the 62 Giants in the hole, or excuse me, on deck, and the 65 Twins are in the hole. All right. So first, for the visiting 1957 Milwaukee Braves, leading off in center field is Billy Bruton. Batting second at shortstop, Johnny Logan. Batting third at third base, Eddie Matthews. Batting fourth in right field is Hank Aaron. Batting fifth, left fielder Wes Covington. Batting sixth, first baseman Joe Adcock. Batting seventh, second baseman Red Schoendienst. Batting eighth, catcher Del Crandall. And on the mound and batting ninth is pitcher Bob Buhl. In 1957, he was 18-7 with a 2.74 ERA, 217 innings pitched. He is a number one hitting pitcher, so we'll put that card in the lineup for him. Now for the home and current Kings 1950 New York Yankees, leading off in left field is Gene Woodling. Batting second at shortstop, Phil Rizzuto. Batting third behind the plate, Yogi Berra. Batting fourth in center field, Joe DiMaggio. Batting fifth, first baseman Johnny Mize. Batting sixth, third baseman Billy Johnson. Batting seventh, right fielder Hank Bauer. Batting eighth, second baseman Jerry Coleman. And on the hill, batting ninth is Vic Raschi. In 1950, he was 21-8 with a 3.99 ERA, 257 innings pitched. He is a number two hitting pitcher, so we'll put that card in the lineup for him. So it looks like we're ready to get underway here. Warm-up tosses are completed. Bruton steps into the plate, and we are underway. And that's a leadoff single for Billy Bruton. Right up the middle, makes the turn, but he's going to hold it first. So the Braves get their leadoff man on. It's going to bring up shortstop Johnny Logan. Pitch from Raschi. That's a ground ball right back to Raschi. And he turns and fires to Rizzuto. They're going to get Bruton, the lead runner, for the first out, and Logan beats the throw to first, so he'll reach on a fielder's choice. So there's a man on first with one out now. And third baseman Eddie Matthews. Here's the pitch. That's a fly ball to left field. Gene Woodling's under that near the track, makes the catch. And there are two away. Logan holds it first. Man on first, two outs for Hank Aaron. Pitch from Raschi. And this could be trouble. It's a single to left field. Fielded by Woodling. Logan's going to get to third, getting that jump with two outs. So the Braves have runners on the corners, and it's going to bring up Wes Covington. No score here in the top of the first. Here's the pitch to Covington. And he hits a ground ball to second baseman Jerry Coleman. Over to Johnny Mize for the third out. And the Braves threaten, but can't get anyone across. And with 1/2 inning in the books, it is the Braves 0. And the Yankees coming to bat. Vic Raschi will get his first fatigue point. Here's Bob Buhl out on the mound for the Braves. First batter he's going to face is left fielder Gene Woodling. Here's the pitch. And Woodling gets a hold of this one. It's deep to left field. Back goes Covington. Wes Covington watches it go over his head. It's way up, out of here, gone. A leadoff home run for Gene Woodling, and the Yankees are up 1-0. So Buhl will pick up a fatigue point for that. And the Bronx faithful are going wild. So the Yankees lead 1-0. Nobody on, nobody out. Here's Phil Rizzuto. Scooter hits a fly ball to center field. Billy Bruton's under that, makes the catch. And there's one away. That brings up Yankee catcher Yogi Berra. Here's the pitch. Berra pops this one up. Looks like it's going to stay in the infield. Joe Adcock's under that, near the first base bag, makes the catch. And there are 2 away. So 2 outs, nobody on. Yankees lead 1-0. And here's Joe DiMaggio. Hey, and that's a strikeout. First strikeout for Buhl ends the first inning, but not before the Yankees get a run on Gene Woodling's leadoff solo shot. And after 1 inning of play, it's the Yankees 1 and the Braves 0. Bob Buhl will get a second fatigue point. So Raschi comes out for the top of the second with a 1-0 lead. And here's first baseman Joe Adcock. Adcock hits a fly ball to center field. That sends Joe DiMaggio back to the track where he makes the catch. And there's one away here in the top of the second. Braves second baseman Red Schoendienst. Pitch from Raschi. And it's a ground ball to short. It's an X check for Phil Rizzuto. Excuse me, he's a 1. You roll a 9. Nice play by Scooter, and they get Schoendienst by a half step on the 6-3 putout. And there are 2 away here in the top of the second. That brings up catcher Del Crandall. Here's the pitch. It's a fly ball to left field. Gene Woodling's under that, makes the catch. And the Braves go 1-2-3. So after 1.5 innings of play, it is the Yankees 1 and the Braves 0. Vic Raschi gets his second fatigue point. Here's Bob Buhl. Bottom of the second, first batter is going to be John Mize, Yankees first baseman. That's a ground ball to short. Johnny Logan is a 3. It's an X check. We're rolling 18. It's going to tell us to roll again. So is a 20. And a 17. It's a nice play by Logan. He fires over to Joe Adcock, and they get Johnny Mize, 6-3. And there's one away here in the bottom of the second. That's going to bring up Billy Johnson, the Yankees' third baseman. Pitch from Buhl. And that's a fly ball to center field. Billy Bruton tracks that one down, and there are 2 away. So 2 outs, nobody on for the Yanks. And right fielder Hank Bauer. That's a fly ball to left field. Wes Covington's under that, near the track, makes the catch. And the Yankees go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the second. So after 2 innings in the books, it's the Yankees 1 and the Braves 0. Bob Buhl gets his third fatigue point. And we go to the top of the third. Vic Raschi, with a 1-0 lead, is going to face his counterpart, Bob Buhl. Here's the pitch. And that's a strikeout. First strikeout for Raschi. And there's one away here in the top of the third. Back to the top of the order for the Braves. Billy Bruton, he's 0 for 1. Or excuse me, he's 1 for 1. This time he pops it up. Phil Rizzuto calls everyone else off and makes the catch with a second out. So 2 outs, nobody on for the Braves. Going to bring up Johnny Logan. Logan reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. Here's the pitch. It's a fly ball to center field. Joe DiMaggio's under that, makes the catch, and in the top of the third, the Braves go 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits. And after 2.5, it's the Yankees 1, the Braves nothing. Raschi gets fatigue point number 3. Bob Buhl, who's at 3, is out here for the bottom of the third. First batter he's going to face is second baseman Jerry Coleman. Pitch. That's a leadoff single for Coleman. Makes the turn, but he's going to hold at first base. That brings up pitcher Vic Raschi. And Raschi squares up the bunt. And it's a perfect bunt in front of the plate. Crandall has no play but to go to Adcock at first, so they get Raschi on the sack. And Jerry Coleman moves up to second, so successful sacrifice bunt. Go back to the top of the order for the Yankees. And left fielder Gene Woodling, who led the Yankees off with a solo shot back in the bottom of the first. So there's a runner on second, 1 out, and a pitch to Woodling. It's a ground ball to first base. The only play for Adcock is to take that unassisted. And that's going to allow Coleman to move to third. So the Yankees have a man on third, but 2 outs. Phil Rizzuto comes to the plate with the Yankees leading 1-0. Pitch from Buhl. And that is a fly ball to, looks like right field. A little bit of a printer error on Buhl's card, but we're going to say it's right field. And that is Hank Aaron under that one. Makes the catch, and that's it for the Yankees. So they strand Coleman at third. And after 3 innings, score remains Yankees 1 and the Braves nothing. Buhl gets his 4th fatigue point. Vic Raschi, who's at 3, is out here for the top of the 4th. And first batter he's going to face is third baseman Eddie Matthews. Matthews is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Way high, and it's a leadoff walk for Matthews. So he trots down to first. So he's there, nobody out. Hank Aaron. Aaron singled his first time up. He's 1 for 1. Here's the pitch. This time he pops it up. And Jerry Coleman is under that. Makes the catch, and there's 1 away. Matthews holds it first. Here's Wes Covington, Braves left fielder. Covington's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball to first base. And Mize fires over to Rizzuto, where they get Matthews on the force. Throw back to Mize at first. Not in time. So Covington will reach on the fielder's choice, but there are 2 outs. So Covington on first with 2 outs. And Joe Adcock. Adcock's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. It's a fly ball to right field. Hank Bauer's under that, near the track, makes the catch. And that's it for the Braves in the top of the fourth. So after 3.5, it's the Yankees 1, Braves nothing. Vic Raschi gets fatigue point number 4. And we go to the bottom of the fourth. Bob Buell's at 4 fatigue points. And leading off for the Yankees will be Yogi Berra. He's 0 for 1. Just a pitch from Buell. That's a leadoff single for Berra. Good start for the Yankees here in the bottom of the fourth. And that'll bring up Joe DiMaggio. DiMaggio's 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch. Low and outside. That's ball 4. DiMaggio trots down to first. Berra moves up to second. So the Yankees have runners on first and second with nobody out. They lead 1-0, and here's Johnny Mize. He's 0 for 1. He pops this one up to second base, and it looks like he might have hurt himself on this one. Red Shandies is under that and makes the catch for the out. Let's see what's going on with Mize. Trainer goes out there to check on him, and he's going to have to leave the game. And it looks like he's going to be out for 2 more games. And that is John Mize. All right, and he's at first base. So let's see what we're going to do here. Looks like Joe Collins will be taking his spot in the lineup when the time comes. So we'll take Mize out, put Collins in. All right, so it's still first and second with 1 out. Tough break for John Mize. Here's Billy Johnson, who's 0 for 1. Just a pitch. Way outside, and that's going to load him up. And there's a little bit of stirring going on in the Braves bullpen. As Hank Bauer comes to the plate. It's like Gene Conley's warming up. Now it's Hank Bauer. Bases are loaded. 1 out. Infield is at normal depth. Here's the pitch. It's a fly ball to left field. Covington's under that. Makes the catch. And, 5-8. Covington's under that. It's going to be a sac fly. The Yankees are going to lead 2-0. Berra's going to tag up and score. The other runners hold. And it's now 2-0 Yankees. Buell gets his 5th fatigue point. Now it's runners on first and second with 2 outs, and second baseman Jerry Coleman. Coleman is 1 for 1. He's singled his first time up. This time he hits a ground ball to third baseman Eddie Matthews over to Joe Adcock for out number 3. But the Yankees do pick up another run on Hank Bauer's sacrifice fly. And after 4 innings, it's the Yankees 2, Braves nothing. Buell gets his 6th fatigue point. And as mentioned, Joe Collins is at first base now for the Yankees. I need to check on his... He's a 2 at first base, so You want to keep that in mind. We'll change that here. So they get a little bit better defense with Collins. Mize was a 4. He's a 2. But here in the top of the 5th, leading off for the Braves, is Red Shandies, the second baseman. He's 0 for 1. And the Yankees lead this one 2-0. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball to third base. It's an X check. It's Billy Johnson. He's a 2. Rolling 11. And Johnson boots that one. It rolls into left field. E5, Shandies reaches. He makes the turn at first, but he's going to hold up there. That's the first error of the game. So the Braves have their leadoff runner on first. And it's catcher Del Crandall. Pitch from Raschi. It's a ground ball to shortstop, and that's going to be Rizzuto. 2 Coleman, 2 Collins for the 6-4-3 double play. And all of a sudden there are 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. It's going to bring up pitcher Bob Buhl. Yankees lead 2-0. Here's the pitch. And that's a strikeout. Strikeout number 2 for Vic Raschi, and that's it for the Braves. Here in the top of the 5th, so with 4.5 in the books, it's the Yankees 2, Braves 1. Vic Raschi gets his 5th fatigue point. Buhl, who is at 6, is out here for the bottom of the 5th, and he's going to face his counterpart, Vic Raschi. Here's the pitch. And that's a strikeout. Strikeout number 2 for Buhl. And there's 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th. The Yankees leading 2-0. Gene Woodling comes to the plate. Woodling's 1 for 2. And that one was a solo shot to give the Yankees a 1-0 lead. They lead 2-0 right now. Here's the pitch. And Woodling pops this one up. Red Shandies is under that. Makes the catch, and there are 2 away. So 2 outs, nobody on. And shortstop Phil Rizzuto, who is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. Fly ball to deep center field, sending Bruton back to the track where he makes the catch. And the Yankees go 1-2-3. So we've completed 5. And the Yankees lead 2-0. Buhl will get his 7th fatigue point. Vic Raschi, he is at 5. He has a 2-0 lead coming in here to the top of the 6th. It's back to the top of the order for the Braves. Billy Bruton, who is 1 for 2. Make that 2 for 3. Because he laces one down the left field line and it bounces around. He makes the turn at second. He's going to third, and he is in there sliding with a lead-off triple. Whoops, it's not there. And it's not there either. Top of the 6th, lead-off triple for Billy Bruton. Maybe the Braves can get something going here. So the Yankees lead 2-0. They're playing the infield normal depth for Logan. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball to short. It's going to be an X check for Phil Rizzuto, who is a 1. We roll a 7. And Scooter's only play is to first base. And that allows Bruton to score. So it's a 6-3 putout for Logan. And the Braves are on the board. And it's now 2-1 in favor of the Yankees. So Raschi will get his 6th fatigue point. So 1 out, nobody on. Yankees lead 2-1 here in the top of the 6th. Here's Eddie Matthews. Matthews is 0 for 1 with a walk. Low and outside, and that's another walk for Matthews, so he trots down to first. Got a man on first with 1 out, and right fielder Hank Aaron. Aaron is 1 for 2. And that's a strikeout. Strikeout number 3 for Raschi. Big strikeout for him here. There's 2 away. It's going to bring up Wes Covington, who is 0 for 2. Eddie Matthews is down there at first base. There's the pitch to Covington. And that's another strikeout. Number 4 ends the inning. Number 4 for Raschi, that is. But the Indians, or excuse me, not the Indians, the Braves do get on the board. And after 5.5, it's the Yankees 2 and the Braves 1. Vic Raschi gets fatigue point number 7. Bob Buhl, who's at 7, is out here for the bottom of the 6th. First batter is Yogi Berra. Berra is 1 for 2 with a run scored. It's a ground ball to short. It's an X check for Johnny Logan. He's a 3. He rolled a 13. And that one's off of Logan's glove, and it is scored an error. First error for the Braves. So Berra reaches base on an E6. He's down there at first base with nobody out. And Joe DiMaggio. Yankees lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's a pitch from Buhl. It's a ground ball to second base. That's Red Shandy's. This is an X check. Red's a 1. Roll a 17. And uncharacteristically, another error. This time it's Red Shandy's. First 2 batters for the Yankees reach on booted ground balls. And they got runners on first and second with nobody out. It's going to bring up first baseman Joe Collins, who's playing for the injured Johnny Mize. Here's the pitch to Collins. He pops this one up. Shandy's is under that, makes the catch, and there's 1 away. So 1 out, nobody on. Excuse me. 1 out, runners on first and second. Billy Johnson, here's the pitch to Johnson. He hits a ground ball to short. That's going to be Logan to Shandy's to Adcock for the inning and rally ending 6-4-3 double play. And that's it for the Yanks here in the bottom of the 6th. So with 6 in the books, it's the Yankees 2 and the Braves 1. Bob Buhl gets fatigue point number 8. Raschi's at 7. He's back out. First batter is going to be Joe Adcock, who is 0 for 2. A couple of fly balls for the Braves first baseman. Here's the pitch. And that's a strikeout. Strikeout number 4 for Raschi. And there's 1 away here in the top of the 7th. 1 out, nobody on for Red Shandy's. Braves second baseman, and he is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. And another strikeout for Raschi. Number 5, and there's 2 away. 2 outs, nobody on, and Del Crandall comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Pitch. And that's a ground ball to second baseman Jerry Coleman. Over to Collins for the 4-3 putout. And the Braves go 1-2-3 here in the top of the 7th. So as we get ready to stretch them, it's the Yankees 2 and the Braves 1. Vic Raschi get fatigue point number 8. Bob Buell's coming back out. He is at 8 fatigue points. The bottom of the 7th here. And leading off for the Yanks is Hank Bauer, who is 0 for 1. But he does have an RBI and a sacrifice. And this time he strikes out. Strikeout number 3 for Buell. And there's one away here in the bottom of the 7th. Brings up Jerry Coleman. It's 1 for 2. Low and outside. It's a 1-out walk for Coleman. That brings up Vic Raschi, and Yankees are going to pinch hit for him. It's going to be Bobby Brown coming to the plate. Fred Sanford is warming up for the Yanks. So Brown's going to hit for Vic Raschi. And Fred Sanford, or no, excuse me, not Fred Sanford. Whitey Ford is going to start warming up, and he'll be the Yankees pitcher in the top of the 8th. All right, so there's a man on first, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Brown. And Brown laces one down the right field line. It's going to allow Coleman to move to third. Brown holds up at first. The Yankees have runners on the corners with 1 out. So that was a successful pinch hit. Back to the top of the order. Runners on the corners, 1 out. And Gene Woodling coming to the plate. The Braves are bringing the infield in. Here's the pitch from Buell. This is trouble. And he hits this one to center field. It's over Bruton's head. That's going to score Coleman. Yankees get that run back. Brown moves to third. And Woodling, with his second RBI, cruises into second base with a double. It is now 3-1 in favor of the Yankees. We got runners on second and third for Phil Rizzuto. The infield is still in. Rizzuto is 0 for 3. Here's the pitch. And that is a base hit down the right field line, and that's going to score 2 runs. Woodling got a good jump on that one. 2 RBI single for Scooter. The Yankees pick up 2 more, and they're now leading 5-0. Excuse me, 5-1. And that's going to be it for Buell. He's fatigued, and Gene Conley had been warming up, so he's going to enter the game. But we're going to do a double switch here. Let's see. All right. So Del Rice is going to come in for Crandall. But he's going to bat in the 9th spot. And Conley, on this double switch, will bat 8th. So Rice is catching. Conley is... Now we have a 1, 2, and Rice is a 2, 2. So that's what will be happening for the Braves going forward here. So Crandall leaves the game. Conley comes out, or excuse me, Del Rice comes out, and he's going to catch and bat in the 9th spot. let's get him in there. In the 9th spot. All right. And Gene Conley is the new pitcher for the Braves. In 1957, he was 9-9 with a 3.16 ERA, 148 innings pitched. And there is a man on first with 1 out. And Yogi Berra comes to the plate. Yankees now lead 5-1 after Phil Rizzuto's 2 RBI single. Here's the pitch to Berra. It's a fly ball to center field. Bill Bruton's under that, makes the catch. And there are 2 away. So 2 outs, man on first. And DiMaggio comes to the plate. That's Joe DiMaggio. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. Here's the pitch. Not any longer, because he hits one off the left field wall. Cruises in the second with a double. Let's check Scooter's speed, because there's 2 outs. And he becomes a 1-19. He's getting waved home. Oh, and he is safe. So RBI for Joe DiMaggio, and the Yankees now lead at 6-1. Even though Conley is not responsible for that runner, it still is a run scored, and he does get a fatigue point. At least the way I interpret those fatigue rules. All right, so there's 2 outs, man on second, and first baseman Joe Collins. Here's the pitch from Conley. And Collins lifts one to right field. Hank Aaron's under that, makes the catch. And that's it for the Yankees, but they pick up 4 runs here in the bottom of the 7th. And with 7 completes, the Yankees 6 and the Braves 1. So Conley will get a second fatigue point for the inning. So Vic Raschi's day was done when Bobby Brown pinch hit for him last inning. So the new Yankees pitcher is Whitey Ford. In 1950, he was 9-1 with a 2.81 ERA, 112 innings pitched. Some people have asked me why he's not starting. Because he wasn't a normal starter in 1950. If there would happen to be an injury to one of the 3 pitchers I have in the starting rotation, he would certainly be my first choice. Okay, so leading off is catcher Del Rice. The Yankees lead this one 6-1, and we are in the top of the 8th. Rice is batting in the 9th spot after that double switch. Here's the pitch. And that's a strikeout. 1 gone in the top of the 8th. First strikeout for Whitey Ford. And we go back to the top of the order, and Billy Bruton. Bruton is 2 for 3 with a run scored. This time he hits a ground ball to first base. And Joe Collins is going to take that one unassisted for the second out. There's 2 outs, nobody on. And Johnny Logan. Logan is 0 for 3. Here's the pitch. Low and outside. So Logan draws a 2-out walk. He's on first. And Eddie Matthews, Braves third baseman. Matthews is 0 for 1 with a couple of walks. This time he hits a ground ball to Joe Collins at first base. Whitey Ford covering the bag. It'll be a 3-1 put out to end the inning. And that's it for the Braves here in the top of the 8th. So after 7.5, it's the Yankees 6 and the Braves 1. Whitey Ford gets his first fatigue point. And I should have marked this here as well. All right, so we're going to the bottom of the 8th. And Gene Conley, who's current pitcher for the Braves, is back out. He's going to face Billy Johnson first. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Here's the pitch. That's a leadoff single for Johnson. Makes the turn, but he's going to hold there. So he's on first, nobody out. Hank Bauer. Bauer's 0 for 2. This time he hits a ground ball to third base. And Eddie Matthews fires to Red Shandy's covering second. They get Johnson, but the throw to first is not in time. And Bauer reaches on a fielder's choice. So he's on first with 1 out now. And Jerry Coleman. Coleman is 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. This time he hits a ground ball to third base, and it's going to be Matthews to Shandy's, or excuse me, Matthews to Logan to Adcock for an inning-ending 6-4-3 double play. And it was Shandy's. Excuse me, it was a 5-4-3 double play. Either way, that's it for the Yanks in the 8th, and Conley gets his third fatigue point. So with 8 complete, it's the Yankees 6 and the Braves 1. Whitey Ford's back out. He's at 1 fatigue point to close this one out. First batter he's going to face is a tough challenge with Hank Aaron. Here's the pitch. And he gets him looking. 1 away. Strikeout number 2 for Whitey. 1 out, nobody on. Wes Covington. Pitch to Covington. And another strikeout for Whitey Ford. Number 3. 2 outs, nobody on. Last hope for the Braves to keep this game alive is Joe Adcock. Here's the pitch. And Adcock lifts this one to right field. It's deep. Sends Hank Bauer back to the track, to the wall, and he makes the catch for a long, loud third out, and that's it. This one is in the books. The Yankees win it 6-1. And get their 7th win and remain kings of the hill. Let's see if we can get some totals for you. The Braves had 1 run on Is that correct? Three hits. They committed 2 errors. The Yankees had 6 runs on seven hits. They committed 1 error. Winning pitcher, Vic Raschi. And the loss goes to Bob Buhl. The Yankees, as I mentioned, will go to 7 wins. They'll take on the 19... Oh gosh, I gotta look. I believe it's the Giants. Yep, they'll take on the 62 Giants in game number 46 of this Oldtimer Kings King of the Hill tournament. That's going to do it for this episode. If you hung out with me, I appreciate it. And I'll be back again in the near future with another replay video. And until then, take care.